Hey everybody, I'm Patrick and this is Rocky Mountain Style. If this is your first time here, then welcome, and if not, welcome back. I really appreciate you clicking on the video today. Now, both my wife and I are big fans of wearing house shoes. That's what we call them. I grew up calling them house shoes. You might call them slippers or whatever. We're big fans though. We've been wearing these particular ones for quite a while, 2 years or so. These are some Birkenstocks, shearling line that my wife wears. These are some Allen Edmonds, shearling lined, both fake shearling, I believe. But, pretty common in the house shoe industry to have that kind of a lining. Problem is they wear out fairly quickly. They get wet with sweat. They don't do very well. In general, once your foot starts to get warm. Pretty comfortable though. So it was quite fortuitous actually that Kyrgyz reached out to me to see if my wife and I wanted to try out a pair of their felted wool slippers. So of course I jumped at the chance. We ended up with these dudes right here. So if you're interested in seeing about these, hearing a little more about the company and about the slippers themselves, as well as my final thoughts at the end of the video, please stick around. All right, let's check this out. So we'll go up here to shop. So my wife got these Kyrgyz Classics, and I got these Kyrgyz molded sole low back. So if you notice, there's really two main types. You've got the Classic that has no leather sole, and then you have the indoor wool slide, these limited edition high backs. The ones I got, some wide ones, and then these wovens that all have a leather bottom. So let's look at these first. My wife got these in 7.5 to 8. She's normally a 7 to 7.5, so she's sized up a little bit, or in EU size, it's a 38. She went with the higher size, and she's glad she did because now she can wear socks with it without any sort of issue, without them fitting poorly. All right, so the felted wool that's part of these Classics, it's got a little bit of like a treatment on the bottom to give it a little more gusto, I guess, a little more wear resistance. So even though there's not a proper outsole, it's still felted wool. It's another layer that has a little bit of treatment on it. So it's going to last longer than normal felted wool. But yeah, you can see a really classic silhouette, not really going to look out of place on anyone's foot. There's the side profile. Overall, pretty cool shoe, especially for the house. So you can read all this if you want. Of course, pause the video, or better yet, head to the website and check this out if you want to read everything about their sustainability and what they believe in. I'm looking for, what am I looking for? Yeah. Well, there you have it. Great website with lots of stuff, to be completely honest with you. You can kind of get lost. They have so much info, which is kind of refreshing, to be honest, for a company that only has a few products, really, excuse me, that they put so much effort into their website so that any info you want, is right there at your fingertips. So Kyrgyz Classics, 84 bucks, which honestly, for this kind of shoe, if you just go and Google, wool shoes or something like that, you'll see that there's really not a lot of cheap options, especially if you want something that's, sustainable, if that's important to you, or well made. But real quick, we'll look at mine. Talk about the leather sole. Of course, mine are in the gray color. I got the 10 to 10.5, which is, I did not. I got the 42, which corresponds to the 9, 9.5. Perfect size for me around the front of the shoe here. So we'll look here. Perfect size around here. When I'm walking, I get a slight amount of heel slip up over the back edge of the shoe, which honestly is kind of to be expected, and I'm used to it now, so it doesn't bug me at all. Also, as they've broken in, which took virtually no time at all, my foot sinks a little bit more into the front, where I carry most of my weight when I'm sort of just standing, and I don't get as much heel slip anymore. But the soles are really soft, really comfortable, to be completely honest. Good grip. Really glad I went with these instead of the normal one. But yeah, nice, a nice full grain leather sole, which is pretty awesome. And again, lots of info here that you can read if you want to. Kind of I almost went with this blue, kind of an interesting color. But yeah, I mean, good stuff here. So pretty basic. I'll show you some other stuff. Also, I got this. Where's it at? Oh, it's in bags. So they also sent me. I didn't know I was going to get this. They sent me this wallet, which never really had a wool wallet, felted wool wallet. Really nice full grain leather on the inside, veg tanned. See there, it's stamped, wool felt, veg tan leather, made in Kyrgyzstan. So really cool. Now that this video is going to be done, I'm going to start using this and sort of see how it wears. As you can imagine, if you're hard on your wallets, the exterior, if it's just wool, may wear a little quicker than you're used to. But cool product nonetheless, unique if nothing else. And then apparently they just came out with some socks. So they look pretty nice. They're all made in the USA, apparently, from all American products as well, which is pretty cool. They have it listed down here, yeah. Cotton from California, alpaca wool from North Salem, New York, and then another type of wool from Dixon, California. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you can give those a try as well. All right, so in closing, just want to talk about my, admittedly somewhat short experience with these so far. I have been wearing these since I got them, so, call it 2 weeks or so. And I think they're absolutely great. The sizing, the 42 I got without socks on is just about perfect. If I had, 1 or 2 more millimeters, maybe 1 millimeter at the heel, that would probably be perfect. But a 43 would have been too big without socks on. And 41 definitely would have been too small. So as they continue to break in, I think that will probably go away. As far as break-in goes, I probably shouldn't use the word break-in. That's not really what happens with these, but the felted wool will compress a little bit, even during your first wear, into your second wear. And, the front of your foot where all your weight sits, on the ball on the inside, it's going to form right around that extremely quickly. So if you've ever broken into a pair of boots, it's kind of like that, just, in a much accelerated fashion. The leather sole on the ones that I got aren't slippery, really comfortable to walk in. They give a small amount of support. So it almost feels like you're walking in a sock, but with just a little bit more support, which I think is pretty cool. I like the fact that wool, because it has the hydrophobic properties, doesn't really absorb water per se, and does really well against any sort of moisture. So if you sweat in them, it doesn't absorb and get gross and nasty. It'll kind of just aerate out. So not a whole lot more to say. I mean, it's a pair of slippers. I think they're really nice. If you're looking for slippers that are going to last you a long time, that are, as far as I can tell, really well made, then I think you could do a lot worse than Kyrgyz. So if you have any questions, you know the drill, leave a message below. And if you're watching this video a long time after it releases and you want to hear about how these have done over time, feel free to shoot me an email, rockymountainstyle@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to send you some extra pictures once they start wearing in more, and let you know what I think about them after months or years of wear. So, no timeline, even if it's 2 years later, send me an email if you want to know about them. That's pretty much it. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.